Oh, fair enough. Hello, people. Welcome back to Grounded Chelsea. I'm your host, Prime. Sorry that wasn't on last week, international break settings and everything. But the one club that we all love to see is back. And with me today is an amazing panel of guests. I've got one of the nicest people I know on Chelsea and, well, football, YouTube in general, I guess. Wayne Moulds. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm good. We've also got... Let me know if I speak on this guy, I'm in big trouble. We've got Fator.
Yeah, all good, boys.
Got Mr. Wembley and all of that.
Yeah, Wembley. You got Wembley, Belfast, everything. The controversial one.
Exactly, the controversial one. Nipping. We've also got Abs. How we doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me on. What's everyone else saying?
Of course, we'll have you on. I mean, we know you're one half of a brand new channel that's starting up, and we can talk about that later in a bit. We've also got Hassan.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Prime, man.
No problem. Big up everyone, smash the like button. What the hell, Prime, LMFAO. Oh, Rachel, we love you too. But yeah, let me first of all ask, how was your 2 weeks, internationals and everything? How was it for you guys?
Very last 3 goes national break, man. Oh, my client stuck at him, but not in the club, unfortunately.
It was a bit boring because we had to try and find something to do because it's so boring watching internationals.
Well, you can see my client scoring goals on the Hansi Flick. Man's already got the gem, but not with Tuchel.
Hey, don't say anything bad about Tuchel.
Yeah, that's T squared. That's all. But but yeah, for me, I was kind of dead still. I missed my club. It was good to see some of our players getting a run out and all that. Also, I've done our thing. As Fatou said, Vernon Havertz stat padding and Germany games. We love to see it. And yeah, we're just back in the groove of football, I guess.
Oh, yeah. What about yourself, Hassan?
I'm just the same as everyone else, man. I just felt like the internationals came a bit too early, man, and I just wanted it over and done with. And to be honest, I'm glad I didn't watch like half of the games that were there. I think the only one I watched was I don't know who it was against, but I think we won them like 4-0. I don't know who they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andorra.
That was the only one I watched. The rest I just couldn't be bothered watching.
You guys are all English then. And
I mean, the only time I watch England is literally Euros, World Cup, and any big games that they have in the group stages. I don't bother with the small ones because I know what score's gonna be.
That's fair enough. Okay, what do we start with today? Okay, let's start about Aston Villa. Our first game back. Saul, his debut. Wayne, what were your thoughts?
To me, I think I don't think he expected how fast the Premier League was going to be. I think he felt like he was going to get more time on the ball to do what he wanted to do. I think he didn't get used to the pace. I think he needs to. I think there needs to be a few games. I don't think he's going to be a flop. I think he's going to be a really good player for us. I think you can see that he's got good imagination on the ball, and I think he's good enough. I think he's going to be the replacement for Kovacic. I think he's similar to that sort of vein with how he plays. So I'm quite. I think we're going to have a good fight. I just think it's just he needs to get used to the Premier League's pace because what we all know is how different it is to the La Liga. La Liga's so slow, and you get more time on the ball. You don't get that over in the Premier League. So just let him get used to it. Let him get used to the pace. I think it's going to be an absolute star for us.
Yeah. Brian says, "Nice beard, Wayne."
Thank you.
But Abs, have you watched Saul before in La Liga, the Atletico Madrid? Do you know what to expect from him?
I watched him a little bit still. I didn't watch too much. Obviously, I think, what was it, when they played Liverpool in the Champions League a couple of years ago, I think he scored in the first leg, wasn't it, or something along the lines of that. So yeah, I saw a bit of him. He looked like a good player. I do think he's going to come good because, I think his footballing IQ is very, very good. It's just obviously once he gets used to the physicality and speed of the Premier League, because you have to remember this is the same guy who's been playing in Atletico Madrid his entire life. So it's very difficult to just expect him to come and hit the ground running because it's a new environment, new language and all that. So yeah, I do think he's going to be a good player for us. I'm not sure if we're going to trigger the option to buy him in the summer, but he could still be a good player for us. I might just give him his time to get used to the league and we'll see what wants.
For Tor, let's talk about the positives from the Aston Villa game. Maybe not from your point of view because certain Werner didn't play, but the chances we did concede to Villa, Thiago Silva, phenomenal. Mendy, phenomenal. Do you think Mendy is world class now? Or what more does he have?
He should be in that category bracket. I mean, people have been underrating Mendy a lot this season. Ever since he came to the league, I feel like Mendy should be the one in that conversation alongside Alisson, Oblak, the likes of Neuer as well, in that category as one of the top goalkeepers in European football right now. And not only that, I feel like he should be, one of the goalkeepers out there that you should not be underestimated of. There's a reason why he's a UEFA goalkeeper of the year last season. So don't underestimate Mendy. I think last season is just the beginning. I feel like this season, how many clean sheets that he's had apart from the Liverpool game, he's had 4 clean sheets. Now it's just getting started with him.
Yeah, he's got like 29 clean sheets in 50 appearances for Chelsea, which he just made at the weekend. Or not at the weekend, I think it was against, the last our Champions League game. For me, my thoughts on it, I don't think he's world-class yet, but that's just based on my criteria of world-class players. You need to be doing it for at least, almost 2 years, for about 2 years before I can put you in that bracket first. But the way other people like to talk about players being world-class, last season, Diaz, he had a few good months and people said he was a world-class centre-back. Alisson, a few months, people said he was a world-class goalkeeper. Same with Ederson. Why Mendy cannot be put in that bracket, I don't understand that.
Me, it's Mendy. How can I put it? Mendy's an unknown quantity when he came to Chelsea because we signed him on a word from Czech, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they said, look at him, he's a quality keeper. We bought him from Rennes for 18 million. If you look at it now, what he's done, it probably looks like a bargain. I wouldn't put him as world class yet. I will call him as a high quality goalkeeper. I'm like you, Prime. He's got to do it for more years to prove himself, and especially in the bigger games. And he has done that. But we're very fortunate because we spent 70 odd million on Kepa, and look what he's done. And now, you know what I mean? We've signed 18 million. Do you know what I mean? I know, don't go.
I'll kick you out. Don't do that, Kepa. No, you are right though. Like for me last season when Mendy's first few games and stuff, and he was making clean sheets, and Chelsea fans were gassed. I said, like all throughout last season, I kept questioning, like, how good is this guy really? Does he have the potential to be world class? And no Chelsea fan was able to really answer that for me at all. Because I didn't think he was necessarily that good. I just thought it was a bit of first season and stuff, and he's playing beyond himself. And maybe he still is playing beyond himself. We'll see during this season when the dust settles and stuff, and we're under a bit of pressure if he can cope with it. And I guess the same with a lot of these players. But as of right now, he is on world-class form. And for other rival fans to deny it, but yet they want to praise some of their own players for being world-class. I mean, they're not. It's laughable, but that's what being a Chelsea fan's like, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, Hassan, Mateo Kovacic, man of the match against Villa. He's been on fire so far this season, hasn't he?
I mean, yeah, ever since he's got our number 8 shirt, man, he's just progressing to a new level. I swear, like, did he even get tackled in terms of the man of the match performance, like, in terms of dribbling? Like, like tackled, like, while dribbling the ball past the defenders. I don't think he did.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I mean, like, he's been absolutely phenomenal. Like, last year, right, he barely had like 4 or 6. Yeah, he got back to the start. Oh my god, world class, and he's finishing as well to sniff out the error and to chip the ball into the bottom corner. I mean, he's deservedly man of the match, and yeah, I mean, if he keeps it up, man, he's got potential to be like.
Yeah,
to be player of the year.
Kovacic again, yeah. Which will be winning it twice in the space of 3 years. I mean, hopefully Kovacic can be another player who can push into that world-class bracket. Now, I said that when he won Player of the Year, 2 seasons ago, I said next season, so last season, he'll start to push into the world-class categories with people, and he did.
Could I say, is he not world class, but he's just not rated as world class? If you understand,
I don't think he's world class yet. I think you need consistency to be a world class player.
Last season, he was absolutely dreadful. The truth of what he compared to the season before, because of the high standards Chelsea fans do have for him, and he did. If we came in, we performed well. We'd always say we want Kante and Jorginho in that middle of the field majority of the time. This season, he started off, like we all say, he started brilliantly. Last few games, he started off really solidly. He came on against Liverpool, and for me, he was the man of the match in that second half against Liverpool. He played against Aston Villa, and he won the show. What a pass he did for Lukaku. Great goal. Pressing, everything at midfield, he done really well. And then just now against Zenit, he had another good performance. I think this is probably his best start, even though he got player of the season. I don't think he had this sort of start, if I can remember rightly. But I personally don't think he's world class. I don't think he's going to reach that world class level. I just don't think he's got. I just think he does have that mistake in him, unfortunately. And that's my opinion. I don't think he's going to be quality all the time, and that to be classed as a world class, but I just don't see it. But I know he's a high quality player that we've got in our team.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Hassan, anything you want to add to that, or Abs?
No, not really. I mean, it's just weird how he's kind of underrated in the way, like he's just underrated by the fans, the fan base, and as a whole. But hopefully he could live up to the number there and keep doing what he's doing. Because I got a feeling like he might get player of the year if he carries on this way and doing his job.
I feel like so many people left him out because he came from the unknown team from League One, I would say. So he's basically like a Peter Cech in that type of sense that people haven't caught up to him as much because he hasn't been that recognizable in European football. So after what happened last season, I think people should start recognizing more than they used to.
I agree. Yeah,
Can I just
so,
ask, before
He
we
was
go
on about
into
Mendy.
any more, can I just ask, are we going backwards? I thought we talked about conference shit, and then we've just gone back to Mendy.
No, I think he was just giving his last say before we move topic.
as US says, Cover has been making so many line-breaking passes recently. He looks like a new player. Yeah, exactly. And it's a shame that we only play with two in midfield because I think Cover, Kante, and Jorginho would be amazing together, or even Saul in that mix as well. But the fact we only play two, it means everyone's fighting for a place, which is, I guess, it's great for us because it makes our squad even healthier. But speaking of speaking of competition, right? Okay, let's get into it. The big elephant in the room amongst all Chelsea fans, Mason Mount.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. I'll give myself a headache.
Wayne's getting. Okay, now let's. This is a safe space. No screaming, no fighting with each other. Wayne, I'm watching you. All right, guys. No,
Johnny. Don't worry, not Johnny's here to say in the chest.
No. Johnny's banned from the channel.
Right, I am going to be honest, brutally honest. Mount needs to stop playing for now. I think he needs to be on that bench, and he needs to prove himself. He isn't playing well. He isn't. We can sit here.
Johnny, you heard that. Wayne said it, not me. I'm just saying.
18 minutes, 30 seconds. Clip that.
I'm joking.
End of the day, right?
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Mount,
Go on.
Mount, he needs not to play. He's got to be on that bench. We've got players like Werner. I hate saying that because I like to wind him up. But Werner, you've got players like Ziyech, who I think needs more game time as well, but he still had a stinker last night. Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, Saul can play there as well. There's players that deserve more of an opportunity at the moment, and at the moment he keeps on failing. He keeps on netting. This final ball for most amount of this season has been absolutely dreadful. There's moments that we all can sit there and say, and even Lukaku's making that one that he can literally pass the ball perfectly and it'll be in, and he just does it either passes the wrong way, was more difficult, or he just messes it up, and it's got to stop. And that's what he's in there for. He's not in there just for the pressing, because if that's the case, then why is other players not playing who can press as good, big and strong as he is? It's a fact of he needs that final ball. He's that creative spark to supposed to help Lukaku score more goals. It shouldn't be Aspilicueta doing the cross, or James and Alonso or Chilwell, whoever it is. It shouldn't be on them. It should be the creative midfielders as well. So I know Johnny probably will see this because it's fatal. He probably send it to him, but I'm not saying it to spite him. I'm not trying to cause well, and he knows that. My opinion is he needs to be on that bench for the next few games and let other players get the opportunity. If other players fail and don't do a good job, then give Mount a go because Mount again. But at the moment, other people need the opportunity.
Look at the comments. The Clears said, I came at the right time. Bomb from Wayne. Johnny's going to be at Wayne's door in 5 minutes. Pray for Wayne. But yeah, I mean, we look at other players that can play in those forward positions. Fator, this is your time to shine. Your boy.
Yeah, last night, especially what happened last night. The game was really, really screaming about Timo Werner to come on. I feel like last night there was something doesn't feel add up, something doesn't feel right. Very different to the one against Villa. I feel like we moved a bit too slow in that midfield area. And then somehow the end product, which has been questionable at times this season, again, it's the same old like last season. Mason Mount just through so many hospital passes that literally came out of nowhere. Ziyech as well had an awful stinker. I don't think the link up Mount and Ziyech really suited up in that style of play yesterday. And I feel like if Werner should have brought on yesterday, I would, because I was screaming a lot Werner to brought on yesterday because I feel like the way that Zenit pressing yesterday, they in my point of view, they play a high line. They play a high line, but a solid defensive line. There's a reason why they're Russian Premier League champions for 3 years. So it feels kind of screaming for Werner to come on yesterday, but I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes that we really don't know. Maybe it's because Tuchel doesn't trust enough of Timo Werner, but I feel like in that stadium itself, 95% majority that I've spoken with, they really want to see Timo Werner to come on. So again, man, it's really frustrating to see because I feel like Werner doesn't deserve the state that he got because of the misses last season, and this season we all know that he has to improve. But I do believe that the time will come for him.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's not all. I don't want anyone watching this to think we're going Mount. I think everyone in our forward line, needs to improve and be on it. Havertz, I don't think he's had the best start to the season either. And I think he only has one goal this season. I don't know if he has. Yeah, he has an assist in the Super Cup. He has one goal and one assist this season. Mount has, I think 2 assists. Like, they both need to drastically kick on and improve. Pulisic, he needs to stay fit. Callum has had his chances, but he's not taking them, grasping them, which is annoying as well. We've also got Werner, who just hasn't had the chance to start yet and prove what he's on. We saw international break. He scored goals. He was on fire. He contributed last season to 27 goal contributions. That's a lot of assists. And I know people will say, he's not bought to score goals. You're brought in to contribute to the team, and that's what Werner will, bring towards it. I want to go through who do you guys, Abs, who do you think our best, or what do you think our best forward line is when everyone's fit?
Lukaku, Havertz, Mount.
Lukaku, Havertz, Mount. Ooh, why do you say that?
Because I think that what you get is with Werner. I know everyone says about Werner and his athleticism and how he stretches defenses, but I think Havertz can do a similar job, and he's also got a bit more of a creative spark to him, even though the numbers wouldn't probably show it. And I do find Havertz more of a goal threat, and Mount, because Mount gives you energy and he can help run up and down. I mean, normally in the big games, if it's against the small teams, then I'd probably say Werner, Havertz, and Lukaku. But yeah, for me, the two certified starters have to be Lukaku and Havertz.
But when you say Mount energy and pressing, I mean that's fine in big games, but on a normal basis, against when you have to face slow blocks like Burnley, Villa, Norwich, and these teams in the league who we have to play on a consistent basis. Do you trust Mount to continuously be the creative spark?
No, that's why I said I put Havertz in there, because Havertz is good at doing that. So, for instance, I don't know. It's dependent upon form as well, because it depends on who's on form at the time. But also in terms of my preferred front three would be them three, but it's also dependent on the team. If we're playing a high line, 100% Timo, Werner, and Lukaku have to play. If we're playing against a low block, then I'd probably say Havertz. And you know what? A lot of people might not like this, but a name that probably should get mentioned, Christian Pulisic, because Pulisic is one of our most direct players, and he will run at defenses and he'll try and open them up with his dribbling and all that, and he can create space for our other attackers and midfielders trying to get in behind. So yeah, it's mainly just dependent, but for now, man, Havertz, Lukaku.
See, for me,
it's
probably Lukaku, Werner, and Pulisic.
Lukaku, not Havertz.
No, I personally would say that, and the reason why is I think Lukaku was preferred as a striker because they'd be running off him. He can play the ball behind. He can hold the ball up. It seems like he likes to do. I just think it might suit him as well because Pulisic, when he gets the ball, he can run to the byline. And Lukaku can be in that box where he likes to do. So I personally think that would be a good lineup. Even maybe Werner and Ziyech with Lukaku as well. I wouldn't play. And I hate saying it. I love Mount, but I wouldn't play him. At the moment, he's on bottom of my list of all players I would play forward-wise.
Yeah, that's fair. For Tor, the Nexus says I asked 95%.
That's for your burner account, isn't it?
Who'd you ask for Tor? Cash Spider-Friend.
You know what? I'm going to expose this. Yeah, Ashford was on different block than mine. Yeah. If you wanna know about that, you can ask one of my mates to tell you.
Fator, you've got no mates, but so we can't ask anyone.
No, I've got no one.
Only the ones you pay. Only the mates you pay. That's the only ones you've got.
Why do you think you're on the panel here, Vitor?
Anyway, let's go back to the question. What's the question again?
Vitor plus me.
Oh, voila. You know what? I hate you lot.
No, that's a violation.
I hate you lot.
Why? Why did you say you were lying? Okay.
To be fair, that I don't know. That was the next this year. I'm pretty sure that it'll file will though.
Okay, cool. The Nexus has a mind of its own. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Our best front three. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to say Werner is part of it, yeah?
Yeah, do you know what, man? After the past 3 games, yeah, I feel like Werner deserves to start, man. Even though, I love Mount. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I love Mount, but I feel like something doesn't add up with Mason Mount. I feel like in that industrial break period, I think he played a lot. Though he played full 90 minutes, the first one and the second one as well, and then somehow the Aston Villa one, yeah, he's trying to get back to his fitness level. But yesterday, I feel like maybe ever since that banner came out against Aston Villa, ever since then he hasn't looked the same though. But something doesn't add up. Maybe it's just because of the confidence that he in his pocket, or maybe it's just like the pressure that people gets onto him, like he's the godfather of this football club. So that's maybe it's a bit heavy towards him, but the time will come for sure.
Okay. Like for me, I think it depends on who we're playing, really, because Mount is perfect for big games. He'll do all the pressing and running, And Mount's record in big games is actually quite good. He'll get a goal or an assist, against Real Madrid or the Champions League final against Atletico Madrid, Man City. He I think he scored against Liverpool, but Liverpool aren't a big club, so I don't count that. But Mount usually does well in these big games. But I think now he kind of needs to be. I'm not going to say dropped per se, but he needs resting. I'm going to assume this bad form is because he's just burnt out and tired, and he needs to be dropped and rested. Because if he keeps on playing, he'll pick up an injury or so. Or fans will start getting onto him a lot more because he's having bad performances, and I don't want him getting abuse. I don't want him getting abused or any of our players getting abused. But yeah. Next. So our forward line, basically, we seem to have a bit of a consensus that it will be Lukaku. Some of us want Werner, some of us want Havertz, some of us want Pulisic, which is interesting. It's good. We have so many quality attackers that give us different things. It means we have so many different options. It's interesting. No one mentioned Callum Hudson-Odoi. Why?
Callum. I love Callum. I've got a lot of time for Callum. I think he's a quality footballer. The problem is with Callum is that, all right, you see with most of these young up-and-coming English players, right, like Foden, Mount, Sancho, Greenwood, all of them, I think what they've got ahead of Callum, which has put them higher in the pecking order for England squads and for their clubs, is their footballing IQ and their decision-making is significantly better. Yeah, we didn't see it from Matt yesterday, but on a more consistent basis, he normally has very good decision-making. Same with Jaden and same with Foden and Greenwood. Callum, for me, that is sort of lacking for him, and I think that's where he's not been starting recently. And even though we tried him at right wing back, it's clearly not working because he's not a natural defender. And everyone got onto Saul for how bad his performance was yesterday. Callum was just as bad, if not worse, to be honest. The amount of times Ollie Watkins was able to just run down that left-hand side was because of Callum. So yeah, I don't think he gets in that front three. And 100% Ziyech doesn't get in that front three either. Based on what we saw yesterday, he was dreadful.
And what I was going to say to that is I just don't think the frustrating thing is we know his ability, we know his talent. We know if he goes to a Dortmund or a Bayern or so like that, he's going to kill it. But the thing is, though, I feel like he just won't have time to develop at Chelsea. I think he's just going to be one of them players like a Lukaku where we're just going to possibly sell him and buy him when he's fully developed into a world-class player, if he does become one. And I don't know, man, like, ever since that, I would say that injury, but I don't want to keep using that injury excuse, but ever since that, bro, he hasn't been the same. And the last thing I want is him being a Dele Alli of this club. Like, next year is going to be his year. Next year is going to be his year. I feel like...
You mean like how Chelsea fans used to say that about Lewis Baker?
Yeah.
I remember that in pre-season, right? Because I think Lewis Baker played our first pre-season game, and Chelsea fans were saying Tuchel has him in his plans. Lewis Baker is going to break through. Matt, he's like 30 years old. Let him go.
Yeah, he's 25, and he's been here for age, and he's never really featured. But he's talking about Hudson-Odoi. It's, for me, what annoys me is we're all going to sit here and say about Foden, Greenwood, Mount, all these players that come up. He was actually the first, if I remember rightly, he was the first that came over and they were saying, right, he's going to break through, he's going to be the big star. He got into the England squad where everyone was gassing about him. Chelsea fans were absolutely over the moon with him, saying he should be playing more. For me, I've not seen that. I've never seen it with him. I've always thought it was too early to put him in the squad and put him into the team in the England squad when he got put in there. I think injury, I thought it was unfortunate. I think it has affected him. I think you can see that by a mile. I think he's not as direct as he was. But
he's a shadow of himself.
Yeah, but I don't think he's any good. I I thought when we got an offer for Bayern Munich, I think we were stupid enough not to accept it. I think we should have done. Because I just don't think for Chelsea, he's that player. He might turn into the player, but at the moment, he's not that player. And we should have accepted the money. And we were stupid to keep him this summer. I think we should have again loaned him out or sold him. I think I'd rather have the squad we've got. Try and think. Maybe Mike. I don't know. We haven't really got anyone else that you could say could play right wing back, but I would have gone for another right wing back instead.
Yeah.
I don't see him breaking over Pulisic, Mount, Havertz, Ziyech, even Saul.
But the thing is, he should be, because, like, again, from all these show stands and what they say, he's better than Pulisic, he's better than Werner and stuff. And when the season started, or during preseason, when our likes of Mount and Havertz, all these guys, Werner, whatever, all these guys weren't back yet. You have a chance to impress Tuchel and stake a claim in the team. Reece James was barely back at right wing back. You have a chance to get in there. Reece James is now sent off against Liverpool. You have a chance to go start against Aston Villa. You started. You didn't play well. You started in the Super Cup, by the way. First game of the season for us. You started there. Didn't, show anything and play well. Chalobah excelled in preseason. Got the chance in the Super Cup. Played well. Got the chance to play in the against Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Played well. Scored a goal. And, yes, Chalobah didn't play against Arsenal or Liverpool because, they're big games.
Came on for Liverpool.
Yeah, he came on against Liverpool in when we needed to park the bus, essentially. And he also played against Aston Villa as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's game time in the league. And Chalobah is not better than Christensen and the rest, obviously not. But he's taking his chances in case one of them fall off or they get injured. He's there. Callum's not even showing that. And people are going to say he needs consistent run of games and everything. I get that. And I get that we're seeing Ziyech play or Mount play and stuff, and they're not really clicking in on form. But he's not taking chances. Like, for me, if I'm Tuchel, I'd rather play someone like Mount or Ziyech, who they might not be playing well right now, but at least I can trust them because they're going to execute my plan tactically, as opposed to Callum, who just is not doing it at all. I
was going to say, Prime. The funny thing is, like, I know I should have used Lampard as an excuse, but with the whole Lampard, right? When Callum Hudson-Odoi when he started, he barely he was barely impressing, right? But when he came off the bench, he was doing quite well, and he was like an inconsistent type of run, and so under the last 2 years or so, he's barely be able to have a consistent run of games because he was inconsistent, and I just don't feel like he's going to get the development into becoming a world-class player at Chelsea. So I don't want to say, but I know his quality, but I feel like we should sell him. Just let go of him.
The only thing I'd say is that I think Cho deserves more of a chance over Ziyech because, to be perfectly honest, I can't lie. Ziyech has been extremely underwhelming since he's come to the club. Like, the first few games, fair enough, when he was stat pad against Sheffield United and Burnley, yeah, fair enough, he was all good. But then after that, what's he really done? The only thing he's done since then that we remember was when he scored that goal against Atletico. That was it.
He's also scored against Man City. He scored in the Super Cup as well. So he's turned up in big games and scored. I'm not the biggest fan of Ziyech as well. I didn't want him in last summer. I knew he'd be a flop. He's in these big games when he's played, and also he's improved his all-round game. He works hard and he presses and he plays to Tuchel's system. And that's something Callum, I guess, kind of needs to adapt to. And to be fair, Callum is young, he's a kid, so I'm not expecting him to come in and start and thrive. I'm expecting him to learn and develop and earn his spot over time. And kids should be doing that. Foden did that at City. You know, he's been there since Pep's been there, and he only last season got into the team. And even now, he's not starting week in, week out. Like, you know, Saka's starting week in, week out at Arsenal, yes, but because they don't have any other options, he's their best player. You look at Rashford at United, when he broke through under Van Gaal, he was playing week in, week out. Then Mourinho slowly took him out of the team and bedded him in because if he kept playing, he would burn himself out. Look, under Ollie played him so much last year and he was injured, he's burnt out, and he has an injury and he's going to be out until like November, October. You know, so treat young players with care, nurture, and develop them slowly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone develops at different rates, you know. And if Callum's really this special and he's playing right wing back, then why not earn that spot? Saka broke through as a left wing back. Rashford's an inside forward and broke through as a striker. Greenwood's a striker and breaks through as an inside left back. You know, Foden's playing left wing and he's a cam. No, there's nothing wrong with just playing anywhere you can.
Can I ask a question, first one, on the panel? Would you, if the offer comes in January for Hudson-Odoi, would you sell him?
For who? For who?
Not for anyone, just if you get a good offer in for him, would you sell him?
How much are we talking?
What's the price?
About probably like 45.
Yeah, 45, 50 mil.
No.
Do we get a buyback?
Yeah, because normally we do get buyback normally with Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. No, it really depends on the club, because if we give him to Dortmund, I feel like we're probably going to go in for someone like a Bellingham as well. But I don't know, it just depends, because I feel like the only club that will probably suit him is a Dortmund.
Or Ajax.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's just
see, I would. I would think twice. I go, yeah, go, because there's not one player for me that hasn't got a price like Chelsea. And if I've got a good price, I'll go, it's fine. And that includes Mount as well. I would put Mount in that category. If the offer came in for Mount that is acceptable, I'd say, right, off. You might be Chelsea off. Because all matters to me is Chelsea. As long as we're doing the business now.
By the way, I didn't say that about Mount. I agree, but I didn't say it. So
the Mount's worth a lot more than 50.
I'm just going down here. It's a tunnel dug for me, you know. So I think I'm getting buried.
But all I'm gonna say, bro, if Rice is worth 80 to 100, we're gonna ask similar money for Mount, man.
It says no one will pay 40 mil with a buyback clause for Joe, and even if there is that buyback or double transfer for 80 mil. Yeah,
exactly. But that's what Chelsea will do.
I don't know. Like, maybe he needs a loan or something.
You reckon Man needs one loan? It's a bit too harsh.
I don't know, something. Or maybe the Chelsea fans should just leave him alone. Because, like, I do rate Mount. Sorry, I do rate Cho, but it's just let him develop. There's nothing wrong. Tuchel's forget what Frank Lampard was doing, not playing him when we played back. Tuchel is a world-class manager. He's one of the best around. If he's not playing under Tuchel, maybe there's a reason towards that.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially if he's known to give youth opportunities and work with youth. And if he ain't seen it in Hudson-Odoi and Hudson-Odoi's not getting that time, then it is something wrong behind the scenes that we all don't know about.
I could potentially see him go on a 2-year loan. That's a possibility.
Ooh. 2 years?
Yeah, because we have done that with players before, but usually when we do 2-year loan, we give them an option to buy or an obligation, depending on. But I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're probably going to give him a 6-month or a year loan with the extension or something, which is going to be another 2-year type of loan, but just depends. It just depends on what club it is, because Tuchel likes to like send players to club that will actually develop him into a similar style of football that he plays, like with the Billy Gilmore Norwich. The only reason why he sent him to Norwich is because of the style of football and the development that they'll give him, and
True,
also
I
his
get
defense
that,
with him.
but I don't. For example, if Cho gets sent to a relegation battling side and he balls out there, I don't want Chelsea fans to be like, "See, told you he was good enough," because he's playing for a relegation side. You know, like I might he should just leave. If he's going out on loan, then go to Germany. You know, go Bundesliga, go La Liga, learn.
Which is why I said Dortmund's perfect for him. Dortmund's perfect for him.
For me as well, the reason why I would get rid of him is because his wages. His wages has caused an absolute mayhem for Chelsea. He's on so high wages. People are saying we won't be on this sort of wages because Hudson-Odoi is not playing much and he's on this sort of money. So that's another reason for me. Do you know what I mean? It's like we've done a stupid mistake giving this 5-year contract and all this money, and it screwed us over for some transfers.
Yeah, but that's again at that point we thought he would be something special.
You know,
Like we thought he was worth it. And again, I'm not even saying he's not worth it. I don't know. Maybe he is, but like he's not showing it, and I don't know what it is. Is it a mental problem he has, or is it just a thing of he's young and he's going to be inconsistent, and that's why I let him develop.
And that's the problem with the young players these days. Sometimes one performance can be good, one performance can be world class. Then maybe it's just the expectation of some of the Chelsea fan base is too high. You're gone, fine.
Hello?
Yeah, no, go on. I thought you were going to say something.
Oh yeah, we should just settle our expectations. But like that's why, like when we were looking for players to bring in this summer, I wanted experience. I'd rather get Kane or Lukaku over Haaland. I'd rather get Saul over someone like say Billy Gilmore, because
Too many.
Yeah, like we need experience in the team. We can't rely, because if we can't rely. I don't want to rely on Haaland, who might have a dip and he's going to have to adapt to the league. I don't want to rely on, say, someone like Gilmore, say if Kante gets injured or Jorginho and he's forced to play games and he starts having bad games when we're supposed to be challenging for the league, then all of a sudden that costs Tuchel his job.
Yeah.
So you are going to be saying Tuchel's a bad manager, get him sacked, yada, 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 and then we bring in someone like Allegri or something, and then they rip up the squad that we currently have. And then all of your favorite players are sold.
Yeah. And I was gonna add on to that. I mean, the whole youth and potential thing, isn't that what Roman's gonna plan to do in 2030 anyway? So I feel like we should just, in terms of midfielder stuff, we should stick to experience, because like what Indiana, like what a few of you have said, midfield wins you games. Literally, I feel like if we had a younger midfield squad, like someone like a Rice in the Champions League that we had, we would have never won it. And I feel like experience matters in terms of big games, like you said. Having someone like a Hudson-Odoi or someone like a Chalobah in a Champions League final, I don't think we'd probably win. I think experience matters of this squad. And if you're good, like what, in the words of Prime said, if you're good enough to get into the squad, you're good enough.
He needs. Oh, sorry, Wayne. Sorry, yeah, you go, Wayne.
The thing is with me is, I thought to go on what you said, Prime, is if you notice Lukaku's come in with his experience and how he knows the Premier League works, but how he knows what a top team, what's needed, he's come in like a calming influence with the players around him, and if you've noticed, every ball is played to him, what's nearly there, what's a good idea, he stands up and claps. He don't throw a tantrum, he don't say, well, you got to do it there and argue. He literally claps and say, good idea, keep on doing it. And that's what we needed. We needed that sort of experience in the team that's not going to get the ump, but it's going to keep on pushing us that extra forward. And with Saul Niguez, is another experienced midfielder in there that's going to help with the players around us who's young, like James when he's playing, if Chilwell when he plays, Mount is reason front with Havertz. All the young players that surround them, you got that calming influence in that midfield with Jorginho, with Kovacic, with Kante, who've all got now experience. They will calm the team down. If we went in for Tuchemeni or if we went for Haaland, will we get a sort of same response? I'm doubting that. Yes, we have got probably one of the better young teams at the moment in the world because we've got such good Cobham is such a good place for it. But we need that experience too. We can't just rely on all the youngsters because I know they're saying that young players can't win you trophies, but we can if you have the right experience in there. With Thiago Silva was a perfect example last season. He came into this team and he just elevated that defence so much. And look at Christian, Rudiger, and that now. Look how good they're playing. It's all because, in my mind, the calming influence of Thiago Silva around them has just brought another level to their game. And I just think sometimes we can't always expect the young ones. No, I'm going to be shot at Den, and I know I'm going to be shot by him. But like Billy Gilmore, right, for another example, I know there's a few people we know that are Billy Gilmore fans, sexual, shall we call them. But he's not ready. He's not ready for Chelsea. He's a good player, but he's not there. He's not ready for Chelsea. And we've got to accept that as a Chelsea fan base. Do you know what I mean? It's players like Livramento, what I've seen people saying about we should sign Livramento back. How good he's doing for No, we shouldn't. Tarek Lamptey is another player. No, we shouldn't go back for him. Look, we've got such a good youth system, but sometimes the youth players are good, but not Chelsea level. They're good on another level. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like you can be, I know Lamptey's playing well at Brighton and everything, but if he had stayed at Chelsea, who knows how he would have developed? And say he did develop at Chelsea well, that means Reece James doesn't play. And do you guys not want Reece James to play? We sell Reece James, and all of a sudden he plays well at a different club. And then you're saying that why didn't we keep Reece James? But if we kept James, then not all of these players are going to make it, or else then we just stop buying players.
You guys remember?
Did you not see how Amanda Broja is playing? Why did we buy Lukaku then? Why don't you complain about Broja? But no, you want to complain about Gilmore or Mount or this player or that player. Just like let them be.
Exactly.
You know what? There's one thing I want to say about Broja though. For me, if we were going to bring in Lukaku, but we were selling what's his name, Abraham and Giroud, I would have kept Broja for the season, and I'll tell you why. For a good reason. It's not because I think he's necessarily ready to play the first team, but because how much backup do we have up top? Only Werner, and we've seen clearly now that Werner isn't really a striker. He's more of like an inside forward, like Rashford and Salah and them kind of players. So now we've only really got one proper all-out number 9, and that's why I would have said we should have kept Broja for the season, especially in games where that were a bit more meaningless, like in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, or even in the Champions League group stage.
1 minute, guys. 1 minute. I've got to look at the door. I've got one. Ah!
Money!
Hey, yo. I was going to say a joke. I was going to say, if you look at the mirror and say, Mao is shit 3 times at 3 a.m.
That's a question for you, though.
Jester says, big up Jester, by the way. Prime US on a free pre-contract in Jan.
Yes.
I haven't watched Kessie. He plays for Milan. Did United not play Milan last year in the Europa League?
Yep.
I remember, I think last year or something, because I remember Kessie was getting all this praise for a couple of years now. Then last year, people were saying that Kessie's all of a sudden not that good. So I don't know what's happened now. I don't watch him. So I can't really have a fair opinion. Maybe you guys do. Do you guys want to answer this? Anyone?
Frank Kessie,
I mean,
I think he's a solid midfielder. If we don't sign Saul, I think we should, because I think he could bring a bit of physicality in that midfield that could help us. If he could, with him and Jorginho or him and Kante, that would be a very good midfield if we play with two. Even if we play with three, with both of them, he would be a very good player for us. So I think it's a smart move if we do sign him. If we don't sign Saul, if we sign Saul, I'll either keep Saul.
yeah, I mean, what you said, but I don't know. It's really dependent because we still have the likes of Barkley and Loftus-Cheek in the squad. I feel like once they've been cleared out, and once the entire Deadwood's been cleared out, I feel like we'd go for a lot more midfielders. And yeah, I mean, I've watched Kessie and I think he's a solid player, but in the United game, I mean, Pogba just did what Pogba does, in it. But yeah, I think he's a solid signing. I think he would be a solid signing. And to take him for free, why not? If he doesn't work out, sell him anyway, but it'd be a good backup choice.
Yeah, no, I hear that. All right, by the way, the Champions League games have started. So if you guys watching, you guys are gonna, the 8 people still watching. Thank you, everyone. Like, subscribe, share, and everything. If you guys are gonna go watch these Champions League games, brilliant. Go do that. But keep this on playing in the background. Maybe mute the commentary of the games because we all know commentary nowadays is dead. And watch along is a new feature. So listen to this while you're watching the games, and hopefully we can see a PSG disaster class. But yeah, we're gonna since we're playing Spurs at the weekend, and then we're also playing
Villa.
Playing Spurs at the weekend, and we're playing Villa midweek. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? We're playing Villa.
Tuesday, I think. Tuesday.
Okay, cool. I figured that we would do.
You seriously play Tuesday?
I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. One of them two.
You're joking.
So Tor has an appointment with Astrid that day. But anyway, I figured that we would do.
Find out.
Do
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, your appointment is Wednesday. Never mind. I thought we would do a combined 11.
No, man.
Or not a combined 11. I thought we'd do our predicted 11. I should say that's the right word. Predicted 11 for Spurs, and I predicted 11 for Aston Villa. So, yeah, just why not? We only do these once a week, so we figured why not? So in goal.
Mendy.
Stick with Mendy. Yeah, stick.
Yeah,
with
Mendy.
Even though he picked up a knock, not what's his name, Belletti.
No, better than Elite.
Okay, Mendy. Mendy. 83 rated. Oh, this card. A bit low, but it is what it is. Who plays in the back three?
I'll go Reece James, man.
James.
Reece James and Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso does have a good track record against Spurs.
Actually, let's go all the way down. Wayne, name your back three.
Rudiger, Silva, Christensen.
Silva. Actually, that would make sense. He didn't play midweek. He played the weekend. That's fair. Rudiger, Silva, Christensen. Vitor?
I'll go Rudiger, Christensen, and Aspie.
Rudiger, okay. Christensen, Rudiger. Hassan?
Rudiger, Silva, Aspie.
Okay. As?
Yeah, I'd go Rudiger, Silva, Aspie.
Oh,
Actually,
so
no,
Silva.
Christensen. No, Rudiger, Silva, Christensen.
That's spelled Thiago. Thiago, Silva, Christensen.
Yeah.
The Danish Maldini. Who would say? Who is not rated higher than Gabriel? It's interesting.
Gabriel's work.
It's Wednesday. Yeah, no, he is. But that's Arsenal's problem to deal with. Rudiger, Silva, AC is the best back three. Really? I'd put Aspie
No.
in there for the best back three, but
Definitely.
Because I'd rather Aspie be right wing back.
No, James.
okay, Wayne. Okay, against Spurs.
Yeah.
Why? You speak.
I don't,
Because on the left hand side for them is Reguilon,
Mhm.
and you probably look at left hand side probably be Lucas Moura or
Son.
if Son's fit, yeah. So you want someone experienced and someone who's not going to be going forward too much, and Aspie won't. And when he does go forward, he does play a good ball, but it will need someone more defensively minded because we're going to have to be solid. Because even though we can take bits out of them, they've got a very good attacking lineup if they all click. So I'd rather be stably solid in that back. And with Alonso, more likely to be playing at left wing back, he will be bombing up forward, and that balance will be off if we have James as well. So I'd rather be balanced with Aspie and Alonso than James and Alonso.
I hear that. Son declared saying Son is out. Interesting. What is your two? Father?
I say Reece James and then Ben Chilwell.
Chilwell. Okay.
But I feel like Tuchel going to pick Marcus Alonso. Man.
So you're going James and Chilwell.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
do have a gut feeling to say that. But.
Hassan?
I think it's gonna be James and Alonso.
Yeah.
James and Alonso, okay.
Yeah, because Alonso, I feel like Alonso's gonna play this game. Chilwell's gonna come off the bench, and then you're probably gonna start seeing Chilwell play 90 minutes from Villa onwards.
What about Abs? Sorry.
James and Chilwell. The reason being that Chilwell offers more in terms of all round than Marcus Alonso, and he's got better recovery pace. And it's also dependent on what happens because Wayne said earlier, if you're going to play Alonso, then the best way is to play Aspie. So for me, it depends on who plays. So it's almost like the player who starts left wing back determines who starts right wing back. But because I think Chilwell's going to start, I'm going to say Reece James because they're both as balanced as each other on either side.
Interesting. Claire said Aspie comes into this game. Son's out. Claire said Lucas plus Reguilon on that left-hand side. We need James and Aspie on that flank, so defensively. Claire says, I want Chilwell too, but I don't think he's fit enough, so it's going to be Alonso. Something you guys haven't brought up is Reguilon is not that great defensively. We saw against Crystal Palace and against Wolves and against City, they got a lot of fun off of his side, getting in behind. Do you not think we should try and exploit that with, say, Reece James going the other way, or maybe Cho?
Yeah, that's why I said Reece James is a certified star for this game.
Or is Reece James out actually with the red card?
No.
Sure.
He played last game.
Oh, it was only one game. Okay, so yeah. So so what is it that we're going? Alonso left back.
Nah, Chilwell.
We all agree?
Let's be real, man. He's not much fit. I feel like he's going to be much fit for Villa. So I feel like Villa onwards is going to start playing 90 minutes.
Okay.
But
And who's
James.
James? Yeah. But to be fair, Wayne did make great points, and I feel like Tuchel will probably go with Aspie there on that side. But our pivot is Kante back.
Yeah, he's
Kante should be back fit. By the way, Liverpool just gone up 1-0 up. Trent scored.
Free kick.
This is not valid.
Oh, don't worry. Tomori was the wrong receiving end.
Jorginho.
Was it a free kick?
Kovacic.
No, he's a run in the box and scored.
Okay. Oh, okay. So what is our Wayne? Who partners Jorginho?
Kante and Jorginho in the midfield.
Okay.
Same. I'll go
Hassan?
Yeah, same for me.
Is it an own goal?
I go Kovacic for the simple reason
Yeah.
that Kante's
Tomori own goal.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
That's a
Was better.
No,
Yeah,
but here's,
Sorry, Abs, what you were saying? Kovacic?
I'll tell you why, because Kante's not match fit, and we've got two bigger games at the end of September. Manchester City at home and Juventus away, and I need Kante fully fit for them. And because he's not fully fit yet, I'd probably bring him off the bench. So for this, I'm gonna have to start with the tried and tested Kovacic.
fair enough. Yeah,
Mm.
fair enough.
What's the possibility of Saul?
Zero. No
Won't be
chance.
so. So what, are we all agreeing that are we all going still Kante or?
Oh, do you know what? Abs is right. I think, yeah, I would save Kante for City and Juventus.
It's probably
Yeah.
Josic. Yeah.
Spurs isn't even that, a big club anymore, so we'll do Spurs easily.
Sure, don't say that you love certain Spurs fans. But anyway, we move on. Our front.
He's got no chance with certain Spurs fans. He's got no chance. They're way out of these league.
What do you say, Wayne?
The Spurs fans that we're on about are way out of Fertile's league. He
Oh
needs to
my
go a bit
God.
lower.
Oh,
Hold on. Wait, is there another Spurs fan he likes?
There's a plenty. Especially.
what, me? Only one, man. What are you talking about?
Only one. Okay. Okay. We might need to get Fator his own show telling us who he likes. Anyway, our forward line, Lukaku, obviously, but who else?
I'll go
Oh.
Werner Havertz, man. Go on,
Yeah,
Wayne.
Werner Havertz.
Vibes says
Havertz, yeah.
Fator wants to
Yeah,
chat to
Werner Havertz.
Brighton
I'll
and
put
them.
like Werner Havertz.
Fator, is this true? Do you want to talk to Fulham, Brighton, and them, man?
Oh,
I don't
The
think
funds there.
I don't think Fator gets it. Never mind.
I'm not. I don't get that reference, but who knows?
It's something that Mel said. Never
Not
mind.
that one.
He's basically saying,
Not that one. Not that one.
I know, not that one. But yeah, Wayne, who's the partners, Lukaku?
I think
What
it's got to be Werner and Havertz. It's got reason why is because I think Werner deserves his opportunity, and Havertz came on against Zenith and looked very bright. And I think we need to test that out because I think it could work. Because I think I'm working at Lukaku. It could be like a Poulsen when he played with Leipzig. When Werner played with Poulsen, he looked. And I think it might spark him up and might. I hate to say it, I know it's your stream, Prime, but it might get someone aroused on this panel, and we think we know who that is. If he starts hitting his thing, I think someone below me might get so aroused we won't be able to see him for a while.
It's just the same guy that's simping for Astrid and some other female names that I can name, but I don't want to bait him out. So yeah, Werner, Fator.
I'll go Werner Havertz and Lukaku, man.
Oh,
What did you say? Sorry, Lukaku.
Havertz and Werner.
Ooh, okay.
Salah just missed the penalty.
Who?
Salah.
Of course.
yes, Mo Salah, the Pyramid Kalu. Absolutely.
Abs, who's your front three?
Lukaku, Werner.
Okay, it seems like we're all agreeing Werner then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
what?
Werner.
Havertz or Mount. Probably just Havertz for this because Havertz has got a magical spark in him.
And Hassan?
Yes, unanimous one. Lukaku, Havertz, Mount.
Wait, Mount. Okay.
No,
well,
Mount. Werner. I don't know why I said Mount.
all right, cool. This is gonna get screenshotted and shown on socials. Rachel, if you're watching this, can you do that, or should I do that?
We're gonna slap.
maybe
Spurs
I don't
anyway.
know. Actually, I'll do that. This will get tweeted out for the game we play on the weekend. I will also do a combined 11 for Villa game because Why not?
Yeah.
You're not gonna talk about. I was gonna say you're not gonna talk about the special ones, 1000th game. Yeah.
Jose.
Yep. And I was gonna say, man, that game was crazy.
Oh. Who scored this one?
What were we saying though? Are we gonna slap Spurs on Sunday?
Oh,
I don't know
PSG 1-0 up. Herrera scored for PSG.
Are we saying Messi can't even score? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, the GOAT isn't Messi, and it's not Ronaldo either. The GOAT is Ronaldinho.
Who's
It's
Ronaldinho?
Braithwaite, man.
Who's Ronaldinho? Oh,
Who's Ronaldinho in this game compared to the legend that is Mason Mount? Anyway, Andrew's here. My front three is Lukaku, Minerals FC, RBS. What? And preseason Zia.
Andrew, I don't know what you've been drinking tonight, but please stop.
Andrew's looking for a fight. Andrew's looking for a fight. Anyway, Carabao Cup fixture against Aston Villa. Who starts?
Pepper's going to be in goal, isn't he?
Yep.
I'll go Kepa.
oh
Shalom.
Bettinelli.
Yeah,
Who's our back? Who be? Oh, you guys can't even see. Who's our back three? Wayne.
Chalobah, I think Saul will play,
Sar.
and Aspie.
Why Sar?
I think he will play because I think he will get an opportunity in the Carabao Cup. I can't see Rudiger getting rested. Nathan Ake just scored for Man City, 1-0 to Man City.
What? Worry. Go on.
Oh. Andrew says, Wayne, I drunk the minerals. Now I don't know where I am.
Minerals!
Hey, Andrew, yeah? Let's have a riot. Let's have a riot.
Oh,
Let's have a riot. But
Let's
what?
go
Taliban is
backstage,
Central
man.
3. Let's go backstage. Let's not look. Left wing back.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Chilwell if he doesn't
Chilwell,
start
yeah.
this weekend.
Right wing back.
Cho.
Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, Hudson Odoi.
Even in a rotating
The
team,
chosen one.
he doesn't start in his preferred position. Wow. It could never be my generation.
I'll go
talent.
Saul and Kovacic, man.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's Saul and Kovacic, but
Yeah, Wayne, same
Golden
thing.
off his cheek.
it's probably gonna
No, I
be
think
Loftus
I think Loftus-Cheek will play.
In the
think
game.
Loftus and Saul.
I think Saul and Loftus-Cheek.
But when when Ruben came on against Zenit, did he not come on with as part of the? He came on for one of the front three, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was to see the game out, really. It wasn't so that he could play as front three. He dropped deeper, as you saw him.
I think Ruben could play that mountain role in
Nah.
cup games.
so I'm
I don't
thinking
know.
front three. It probably would be some other players what we're probably going into. So that's why I think Loftus-Cheek will be on the bench on the midfield, centre mid.
Ruben, okay. So Wayne, who you going Ruben with?
Saul.
Really?
I think Saul will get another opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. Fator?
I'll go Saul and Kovacic.
Okay. Abs?
Yeah, Saul and Loftus Cheek.
Are you frozen?
I'm still there. Can you hear me?
He said Saul and Loftus-Cheek.
Oh, Saul and Loftus-Cheek. Okay. And Hassan?
Yeah, I would say Saul and Loftus-Cheek. Just heavy rotation.
Yeah, no Ross Barkley.
Cool. It's fine. We don't need to win the Carabao Cup anyway, then it seems. It's fine.
Exactly.
Hey,
yeah.
prime. Trust in me, mate. Trust in me. I know my game. Okay.
Blue bench.
I've got minerals. I've got the minerals. You know what I mean?
We don't do minerals over here.
Yeah, we've done the minerals over here. Fund the minerals.
We don't do minerals over here, Wayne. I'm sorry.
That what? I thought this was a mineral stream. Why didn't you tell me? Jesus.
Now, if this was a mineral stream, we'd have Andrew on. He's got all the names.
Be Andrew and Johnny.
Andrew. Come
Three.
on, Andrew. Are you up for a fight, Andrew? Come on.
Who's our front three? Keep in mind, right? We already said Werner, Havertz, and Lukaku is going to play against Spurs.
Money
Yeah,
makes
that's why
Pulisic and Ziyech.
Money makes Pulisic and Werner.
Yeah.
Okay,
What about
Money makes Pulisic and who?
Ziyech?
Fair enough.
Pulisic and Werner. Yeah, I can see that. If it's Ziyech in part of this, then that means it's genuinely a false nine, and none of those players can play a false nine. And then I know I'm going to get slander for it, and Johnny would be like, he even played a false nine, and people are slandering him. Money! So
Money!
Wait, Mount has a striker card. Since when?
Come on. What's going on here?
Hey, yo,
What?
Auntie, you know?
Why does Mount have a striker card?
Johnny paid
Yeah,
the
I
year,
know
man.
that,
Nah, you're
Johnny paid the year.
Oh, okay, it's a glitch.
Okay, when we play Mount Six with the defence, we'll do that, shall we?
Nah,
He can play anywhere.
Johnny, you even played that opposition. Vibe said the Cobham creep is parked in his van with his mineral. Minerals equals roofies.
Oh my god, you
And
lie.
that's a good shot. I feel Ruben Loftus-Cheek can. Yeah. Again, I don't have a lot of hope for Ruben, but he seems to be in that sort of profile of player that he can do the attacking work better than Mount can. Anyway, the front three will be just everyone drop down your lineups. Actually, Jester says his three will be Pulisic, Werner, and Ziyech. That would be interesting. Andrew says, screw it for the League Cup game. I want a squad of 22 academy graduates. Y'all are smoking some mad dank. It's called minerals, mate. Keep up. You don't have the minerals over there. That's why.
22 mounds.
I want a squad of 22 minutes for the League Cup game. Yeah. Let me do score predictions for both games actually before we end this. We'll start with you, Wayne. Score prediction for Spurs and then Aston Villa.
Spurs, I think we'll win 2-0. Lukaku brace.
That would mean he'll be top goal scorer in the league, won't he?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Unless Antonio scores like a hat trick or something.
No, Antonio's banned.
I think 2-1 against Aston Villa.
2-1. Oh, Kappa's in goal. Okay.
Yeah.
I see you, Wayne. You're not slick. Score lines against against Spurs and against Spurs and Aston Villa scoreline.
2-0 Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea on Sunday, and it'll be 3-1 on Wednesday.
You'll say you're copying me or something.
3-1. Oh, so who's scoring against Spurs?
Werner Lukaku.
Of course, Timo scoring against Spurs. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Okay. Abs, what's your score predictions for the two games?
The European champion's going to roll up to another gaff in London. And we're going to go slap 3 past Tottenham. But there we go. Let's put our team there again. Everyone's love to see it.
Let's see a trophy lift.
Oh, hey. You love to see it, you know. But no, so I'm going to say 3-0 Chelsea, you know. I think we're going to absolutely do them.
Spurs.
Yeah, they're confident.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
awful.
And what about Villa?
Villa, Kepa tax. We're gonna, we're gonna be an
Hey, yo,
entertaining.
man.
3-2 Chelsea.
Don't do that. Kappa tax doesn't exist. Don't do that. Stop.
3-2 would be a sick game, you know.
Yeah, true. Okay. 3-2. Okay, and Hassan.
I'm gonna go with the back-to-back 2-0s, man.
Oh, you think Kepa could keep a clean sheet?
Yeah, it's gonna be his remontada, man. He's done it last season, man.
Remontada.
Nah, Wayne, don't do that because what you said, that was me. Don't say it like that. Don't do that, Wayne.
Fine.
Kepa's gonna keep it. Don't do that with that. Don't do
Fine.
that.
Do you want to go outside? Do you want to take this outside?
Let's
Go
go
on.
backstage.
Go on.
Listen, mate. You don't have the minerals.
Oh, you went
You
to the
don't have the
minerals.
minerals.
Ooh.
Listen,
tell you
yeah.
where- Shall I
Listen,
tell you
listen,
where
yeah.
he lives,
You
yeah?
little rat. Listen, yeah.
Wayne lives nearby the Heathrow Airport. Astrid lives, so.
Don't expose where people live.
Yeah.
And also, how do you know she lives near Heathrow Airport?
Because Nippon one time go there and met her.
How do you know? How close are you with Nippon, really, to what we don't know?
He's not close with it. Fator was in one of the bushes near Astrid's house, and he saw Nippon there. That's what.
I got my
With
resource.
night goggles, like
Long goggles, to be fair.
I wouldn't say your goggles are long, but yeah. Anyway,
I can ask a question, Fatal. Please, this is a serious question. Okay, we know when we look at your room, right? We don't see it all. Have you got like a wall with like Astro's pictures and information, and everything on there, and like make every day like what he does?
The only pictures I have on my wall is a picture of European champions. That's all. Man.
I was gonna say, are you the guy that bought the ostrich shirt, the number 11?
Of course not.
PSG.
no, but you told me yesterday that your shirt finally arrived. I didn't know it was
1-0
Astrid.
PSG.
Who scored?
But for Blues, I don't know the name. I'll have a look at it for you in a minute. Here we go.
Was it Killian M. Charlison?
Killian and Charlison.
The number 20, the captain, Venkiko, the for Belgium.
Prime's right then. Posh is a fraud then. Okay, but we move.
Wait. Did you say Club Brugge scored?
Yeah.
1-0.
1-1.
Hey,
yeah.
yo.
Okay, cool. Could never be my manager. But we move. What are we talking about?
Posh is a fraud then, yeah?
Oh no, we were talking about you and
The number 11 Astrid.
when Andrew says front three of Cho.
I don't put the comment
I
on.
want to see Alonso. I want to see Alonso as a striker, please.
All right, you turn to class.
I don't care if we lose 3-0, please. I just want to see Alonso as a striker.
Fine.
Alonso was a
See
striker.
what he put up there. Fine. See what minutes of his put up there about father. About Nippon and father.
Fator is the least of Nippon's army. They're called Nipples.
Nah, ban Nippon, man. Don't call Astrid nonce, you know. Well, what is this now? Are we turning this stream into a Bunda stream or something?
Chester said,
So if we're going to talk about that, you might as well talk about Bundas then.
wait. Well, Astrid doesn't have Bunda, but why? Do you like it?
Well,
2-0 Man City own goal.
What?
2-0 Man City own goal.
Who was it?
Don't know. I really don't know.
Some random guy.
Hold on. Declared said, you guys do know Barkley's playing. I wouldn't mind.
Jesus.
Playing what, man? Playing golf?
Barkley's
I wouldn't mind if
rubbish.
Barkley played.
He's
I'll be
the
honest. I
worst
like Barkley.
signing. He's the worst signing we've
Hang
made
on.
against
My
Liverpool.
reputation with you again, but you like Barkley and Kepa. What's going on with you, Prime? I thought you had taste. You're letting me down.
Hey, I said I liked them. I didn't say I want them to start.
Okay.
Barkley's awful. He's
I mean,
the
I'd rather
worst.
have Barkley. I'd rather have Barkley than Mount. I can't even lie.
Huh? Excuse me? You said Mount? Oh, Barkley over Mount?
All Mount does is presses. Barkley can do that.
Oh my dear, no. Barkley. You don't remember Barkley when Man City slapped 6 past us?
That wasn't Barkley's fault, was it though?
Yes, it was. He headed the ball straight back to Aguero. Aguero legged it, Bob.
PSG, that was one goal. PSG won with Club Bunda. Anyway, I think we maybe we should end the stream before Fator says something because his camera's off and we don't know what he's doing.
He might be crying. That's what the thing. He might be crying off stream. We don't know.
He's smoking.
He's smoking. Oh, he smokes when he's finished. Anyway, Hassan, shout yourself out, bro.
You could find me on unnamed director on Twitter. I do a bit of TikTok in terms of football videos and stuff like that. But yeah, and that's it really. And also Instagram as well. It's the same at unnamed director. And yeah, I mean, you'd find me here. You'd find me on GNA TV and possibly KH No Filter, depending on if they do fun calling shows or not. But yeah, that's it. And get this to 1,000 subs. Subscribe to this channel.
Thank you. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Slowly but surely, we shall make it there, and you guys will come with us. Abs, new channel, come on.
Yeah. So me and my guy Daniel Wilkinson, if you know, you know, big up my guy every time. We're starting a new channel called Shed and Shows. We're going to mainly be focusing on Chelsea content, but we're planning to expand hopefully on some other Premier League content. You know, do a little few side things, maybe a few non-football stuff like a little boxing, NBA type of thing in there. And yeah, we're going to try to start as soon as possible. My Twitter is @abs_CFC. And yeah, you can follow me there if you want to. And we're going to bring out our channel very, very soon. Yeah, big up to Prime and the first 11. Hopefully I can come back soon. And yeah, smash the like button. Keep subscribing.
Of course you can come. Bro, our Chelsea shows every week, every Tuesday. Normally 8 o'clock, but with Champions League games, we might have to do it at 7. You guys are all welcome on anytime. Thor?
You can find me here for the Groundhog Chelsea.
For your face though.
Groundhog Chelsea on First XI, and then you can find me on Lewis's channel, Cafe Lewis. You can find me on Chelsea Fan TV. You can find me on the Sarcasm City for the Boys at the Bridge. We're doing tomorrow for the Tottenham preview with you know what I mean, right? And
sorry, what did you say? No, what did you say?
I say we're doing the preview for the Tottenham game with you know what I mean, right?
Wait, where are you doing the preview?
Huh?
Come on, say your name. Go on.
Where are you doing the preview?
On the channel Sarcasm City. That Talking Tottenham, apparently, the show called.
Ashford's not on it, though.
Fatter's got new section.
No, Ashford's not on the channel, though, she?
No, he's moving on to someone else who he thinks he can get. He's doesn't realise he's upper class woman won't go there.
Wallahi.
Oh, you mean Jan? Yeah, Jan.
We all know you're moving on.
Facilities for that. You don't have the facilities for that. let's leave Fator alone. Sorry, I'll leave him alone. And last but not least, Wayne. Bro, where can we find you?
I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. I like to go on every channel I can. I support everyone, try and bring their channels up. But this channel deserves a lot more subscribers, a lot more viewers. They're hard workers. They do more than you know behind the scenes to try and give you more content. There's a lot of hard work from Prime, Rachel, Will, got his other name, the Liverpool Sport, I forgot his name. So there's a lot of them making a lot of content. Let's keep on share this channel about with all your friends, family, neighbours, everyone. Let's get these subscribers up. And yeah, if you want to find me, you want to talk to me, I'm Twitter away Molds. I talk to anyone, I'm there. If you need to talk about football, or if you just want a friend, or you want to talk about any sports, whatever it is, if you want to talk to me, just add me. I'm there for everyone. But yeah, and I'm going to be here more often than not with Prime because obviously I like to wind Prime up about his Kepa fantasy.
Nah, bro, you can't. The time to wind me up about Kepa was last year, bro. You've missed your
Yeah.
boat.
This year it's about Buddy.
By the way, if Kepa can, what did you say?
I said this year's about Buddy.
Who said that? Oh, Hassan. Okay, Hassan's not allowed back on this channel anymore. But yeah, sorry, Wayne, as you were saying.
So yeah, I'll be here with Prime, spending time with him as much as possible. Having a good laugh, a joke, and talk about the football, and yeah. So just keep smashing that like button. Please send it out because they deserve more subscribers. So come on, guys, let's do it.
Yeah, please, let's get to it. Wait, Andrew says, let's get this channel to 1,000. But yes, please, thank you.
Yeah, come on.
We don't need 1,000 followers, it's 1,000 wonders. Jester says, I know who it is. Let him cook. Let him cook. Hold on. Let this guy cook.
End the broadcast, please. I've had enough exposure for 5 days now.
Sorry, I can't breathe. Wayne, you can find Wayne 6 foot under after the stream. Yes, that is true. That's why we haven't ended the stream yet. She went to Barcelona. Fator has a taste for haggis and blood. What does that mean?
Oh, you know what? Let's turn this
It's
into
being implicit now, yeah? We're gonna have to do detective work.
I don't know what that means. I'm
Yeah,
crying.
That food, isn't it?
Let's just end this. Oh, I love it.
Do we have to?
Let's end it before Peter gets exposed.
Nah.
man.
Wait, Joe. We need to ban seniors and kids before it's too late.
Don't worry, Will's not. I've set this stream is 18s plus because I knew you were coming on. Anyway, let's end this before someone puts in a comment that might get us shut down. Scottish. Oh, okay, cool. That makes more sense. But yeah, and we wave goodbye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Arrivederci, Italiano.
Wait, what did you say?
Arrivederci.
Italiano. What's Italiano?
That's Italian for goodbye, right? Arrivederci.
Why do you say Italian?
Why not? Because I like Italians.
You were going to say, what was the name you were going to say?
You know we're still live, don't you?
Yeah, let's end it now.
I know we're still live.